Hey Rob, how you doing? I'm hoping this works well. I'm gonna try it without the camera, see if that helps anything. Uh, hey, this is Colin from Kincaid Outdoors. Welcome. Today's topic is going to be about continuation of a couple, last couple of lives I've done with the go bags, get at home bags, inch bags, and a new something I heard about is a whoosh bag. If you guys want to know what a whoosh bag is, let me know. I'll tell you because this is something I just heard of, and it's actually kind of cool. So as you can see, my internet is not happening so much. If I'm freezing, lagging, or whatever, my upload speed is really low because I'm using my phone internet right now. Hey, Lori, how you doing? So you're probably going to see a lot of this picture for a little while anyway. At least until Friday, because that's when I pay my bill. Love, did you ever know where the bill is?
Where?
Where over there?
I don't know.
Well, we'll figure it out. So I'm glad you guys can make it. Yeah, I found out something interesting about something called a whoosh bag. I've never heard of it before until now, and I think it's kind of interesting. Also, in the future, I'm hopefully going to be able to snag Ian for some upcoming uh, curb finds. I found out that there's going to be some major curb finds coming up in the next month or so. And I'll keep you guys informed on how that goes. If I can record while doing it, I'll do my best. Just I got to remember to do so. So, how's everybody? Hope everybody is well. Jenny is next to me as per usual, doing her own thing. So, there's what we got. Now, when I say whoosh bag, when I was talking about that earlier, whoosh is this one here. Here's what it stands for. Basically, you wake up, grab a bag, and go. It doesn't have to be very big. It could be like a little knapsack or a little haversack. It could be a little fanny pack or whatever. Just something to get up and go. I can understand that, Tiny. I'm glad you're doing well, though. I don't have my upload speed right now is around 22 megabytes per second. So if I lag, I apologize. It's not by choice, but we had other things that needed to be taken care of. But by Friday, they will be taken care of, and we'll be back on track. Exactly, Rob. It's just something I just heard about. I've never heard of that particular term, but it makes sense because a lot of people just need something to make sure they get to the gear that they need to get to. Well, it would be just have your car keys in it or your meds or something. Just different things. It doesn't have to be very big, doesn't have to be very fancy, but it does have to contain the barrel's basics. Just have to get you where you need to go. Now, it's not going to get you out of the city or anything like that unless it happens to have some cash in there or whatever. Let me do some checking real quick, and I'll find out some more information about that particular topic here. Um, let's see here. Which bag would it'd be like? So you keep it next to your bed, your nightstand, under the bed, within his arm reach when you sleep at night. You can grab it and get be out of your house in seconds. It's small. You can collect. You can still collect your family, your pets, or whatever without getting in the way. It has all the essentials you need to start your life over. Um, things like, give me a second here. Wallet, cell phone, dumb phone backup. Just make sure it's a 3G because 4G no longer active. Um, a battery pack, and a multi-port USB wall charger. Keys, portable USB drive with all your information in it. Digital copy of your family photos, your documents, license, passport, insurance policies, the whole 9 yards. That kind of thing. Cash, like I said, medications, prescription glasses, flashlight, all that stuff. It could be really tiny. Exactly, Rob. Hey, Evan, long time no see, brother. How's firefighter training treating you? I've seen the pictures. I apologize for the this right now because
Ninja.
it's no when she starts doing that, it's no longer ninja. It's dozer.
Bulldozer.
It's dozer. Glad to hear it. Hey, Mandy. Laminated card of Chuck Norris. That's a good one there, Rob. My internet is slow today, folks, because we are internet lapsed, so I'm using my phone right now. So this is what I've got. So please bear with me. If I'm lagging, please let me know. I apologize in advance. I'm doing the best I can. Now, as a firefighter, Evan, I'm sure you guys have a go bag of some kind that you need in case of fire or emergencies and such. Correct? And I'm only assuming that because of a lot of the TV shows that I've watched. I can't guarantee anything until you tell me one way or the other. Also, let's see here. I do have a bug out bag challenge coming up in May, which is about a month from now. At the end of the month, it's going to be SD Mountain Man, Herbert T. Outdoors, Ian, my boy, and myself. We're going to be going to the Washoe County Flea Market, and we have $100 each to spend on one day to create bug out bags. And at the end of the day, we will meet back up at the cabin that we were going to be renting, and we're going to go through our bags and explain why we chose what we chose. We have no clue what each of us is going to choose, and we're going to find out what the thought processes or would be for going through those things. So hopefully you guys will like it. We're going to try to go live while we're there. I can't guarantee the internet capabilities or cell service while we're there, so we're just going to do our best. I would love to see a video about something like that if you're ever able to do so, Evan, because I think that'd be kind of cool to see. That's just my opinion. You can leave it, take it or leave it. But I just think a firefighter's perspective would be interesting. And I think you're right, Laura. It all depends on the situation. But I'm not sure if they have one because they're not always on duty. At the firehouse, depending if it's a volunteer type or a on duty, on call type. Cool. I guess gave you guys a thumbs up. You can't even see me. How dumb of me. But I could do a little bit, but my camera is a little, it's a little grainy. But yeah, just whatever you guys think you guys could do, it'd be great. We're doing the best we can. Jenny is right there, and she does have your blanket, your scarf
It's in process.
in process. And as soon as she finishes it, we'll be throwing that into the box and be mailing it out. How are you, Mandy? And how's Booster? I always say, how are you, Evan? I'm glad to see you. It's been a while I've seen you, brother. And please let me know how the video and audio quality is, because I don't know from my end. So if I'm lagging or freezing up, let me know. I'm probably going to be worrying about that a lot. I don't have a lot planned other than discussing the bags and stuff today, because I don't know what else to say. Interesting choice there, Rob. Honey, you want to hear a UK bug out bag?
Sure.
Tea bags, the complete works of Shakespeare, pre-prepared weather-related conversation starter cards.
Yep. That sounds about right.
What? No rain slickers? Because it always rains.
They always wear those.
Or is that
That's a given.
That's a given? Okay. Jenny says that's a given because she was stationed there. She understands. I myself, I've got my bag, but most of you have seen most of what I've carried. I've got a few new things, nothing major. I almost had a Army issue rain jacket today, but I didn't have the money for it, and it got sold before I could do anything about it. Hey, Kate, how you doing? Glad you can make it. Ian is getting something interesting Friday, because I found some combat boots that may fit him. I can't guarantee it, but they may. Complete with zippers, but the shoestrings are all wrong. So whoever laced up the strings and stuff like that, they're bad. But the boots themselves are combat boots, black, and someone attempted to add a zipper portion to it and failed to do it correctly. So you may or may not see those come up on Cliffs Live on Saturday. Cage, I don't know if you have a bug out bag, get home bag, or anything of the kind. I'm not even sure what Evan's got personally. I know he's got his professional firefighter gear setups, but I'm not sure what he's got personally, because I haven't talked to him in a while, so I'm a little out of touch. I know Mandy's got some, and I know that Rob's got some, and Lori's got some. Well, that's what they are. They have, it has a lace in zippers, but whoever put them in used the wrong shoelaces, and they didn't do it correctly. Because if you do it right, the laces, the zippers are inside under the eyelets and everything. Didn't even come close. You will see it on Saturday. I mean, we're going to try to get things going before then, but he's got to get some new laces, because the ones that are in there are like, I can't even, they're like micro thin. my headset is thicker. Almost dropped my phone. Got my internet, so I want to do that. Yeah, skinnier than this. And that's pretty skinny for shoelaces. Now, on each of you guys have your own specific items of importance. Besides the bag itself, which doesn't matter because it's going to change for each person. What was the first thing you guys would want to see in there? Swiss Army. I've never seen a Swiss Army one. I'm using a Triple E bag right now, though I can probably upgrade it to my backpacking pack, which is a 70-liter Ascend, if I need to. But that'll also allow me to carry my tent, my sleeping pad, and a few more items. So more all my firefighting items and stuff. I do want to upgrade my water filter, but that's already been discussed on the last live. So myself, if I had to add something that I would carry, is this right here. For those people who know me, this is my bow. This is my Survival Archery Systems Atmos takedown long bow. It is anodized aluminum and fiberglass. It is pretty much bomb-proof. Only thing that's delicate on this thing is the string itself, which I can make myself, so I know how to do that. Now, I plan on upgrading the bag itself with some straps where I can carry it as a backpack or a quiver, but that's down the road. Before my knee went out, Rob, I can do that. Right now, I am restricted due to my knee, which most people don't take into consideration of possible injuries when you are getting yourself ready. One of the reasons why my bag, which is only 25 pounds, by the way, I'm not sure how many kilograms that is. Let me check here. That's a 11.33 kilogram bag. It's got a lot of the basics in it. It does not. While it does not have food, it does have coffee. And that's about the only food item I have at the moment. Just instant coffee. I do need to put in some food items, but that's down the road. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I use a 70-liter bag, but the thing is, I don't stuff it with 70 liters worth of stuff. I mean, I got to make sure. I mean, a lot of the items that were in my Triple E bag is what I would carry in my backpacking pack. But I would also add two major items, which would be three: tent, sleeping pad, and sleeping bag. So I would have my cover and some comfort items. Now, I'd have my knives on my hips, and my fire kits and stuff like that. I would be adding the contents of, not the box itself, the contents of this first aid kit or one like it would go into that, because I rather have a full functioning first aid kit as a former medic, just because you never know when you might need it. And this is just a simple Walmart Johnson & Johnson first aid kit from Walmart. And it has 160 pieces, which is really nice. It does have Tylenol in it. I will be adding something like ibuprofen instead because that's what I have to use for my knee anyway. Okay, what most people don't realize, it's not a race because it's an endurance test. Go as far as you need to go without putting yourself into exhaustion because you get to a certain point, you stop, you rest, you recuperate. Because if you're too exhausted to set up your camp, to set up, get a fire going, or anything like that, you're not going to be able to make it. But also, you got to think about is are you going to be by yourself? If you're taking your family with you, if you're taking a pet with you, there's different reasons that you got to keep an eye out for that. When I go backpacking with Ian, he is my partner. He carries part of my gear, and I carry the other part of the gear. Yeah, my bag right there is probably a 35 millimeter Triple E bag, and that's it holds most things. It's got a tarp in there. It's got multiple stoves. It's got so many ferro rods I can't begin to count. My fire starting kit and multiple other things. And there's a few other bags which I'll be carrying with me that will not necessarily be in that bag, but on my person. Like I said, only one of the few things I don't have a lock on right now is the food. I like the idea of MREs. MREs are not necessarily the best way for me to go because of weight and the fact of and availability. Now, I can pick up pretty much a lot of the items I would use for backpacking, which would also work well for a bug out bag situation. You're not wrong, Cage. You're not trying to kill yourself. You're trying to get yourself away. And when you're doing that, you make sure you can actually survive that trek. I backpacked 25 miles in 4 days while up at Yellow River a while back. This is way before my knee injuries and stuff. And the most on that trek that Ian and I did that day was like 11 miles in a single go. And that's where we stopped, we rested, we camped, and we continued on the next day. Because you're not trying to burn it yourself out. You're trying to get yourself as far away as you can, as safely and as you can. I don't know about that there, Rob, but your limit, they do pack a lot of calories, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Exactly, Cage. I actually looked over a lot of countries, different countries, MREs, and taste-wise, and my personal studying that I've never actually tried, but I want to. Would you believe, because Mandy's in here, is the Australian MRE. It seems to have the most versatile and flavorful balance of things that would keep a person going. Now, I'm not sure how well it would work in a colder weather situation or like in Iowa or whatever, but something. Well, we all have our favorites there, Rob. I understand. But like I said, I like the US version. I was looking at all the ingredients of all the different types of MREs out there, and the Australian version seems to have the best variety overall, as well as everything you need. If you ever get a chance to look at the list, you should do that. Now, I know there's various types of the UK ones. If you happen to have a list of those, I would greatly appreciate it because I'd like to see what they have. Also, another thing that most people don't take into account is clothing. when you're in a bug out situation, or just an inch bag, not coming home, or just trying to get home from wherever you're at. Say you're at work, you're on a trip, and you're trying to get home to your preps, your home to your family, whatever it takes. What do you need to do? Make sure you have comfortable shoes or boots, because if you can't walk, you can't go anywhere. Right now, I'm extremely limited in what I can do. I can carry some things, but I can't do it for very long. I carry water with me. I carry, cooking utensils and everything else. I do need to add some beef bouillon cubes and some other stuff. Yes, that's true, Gage. That's one. I know. I heard. That's why I don't have. I've never had any of those there, Rob. Now, all things you can put in your bug out bag that are MD based. Instant potatoes, anything with instant. Um, they used to make something called soup starters way back in the day, which they don't make anymore, which were great for backpacking because all you needed was jerky and soup starter, and you had stew because it had all your dehydrated vegetables and everything in a can. For some unknown reason, they got bought out and they discontinued it. But you can find other alternatives that are similar like that. If you like ramen, ramen's a choice as well. Um, Lightweight, inexpensive. A little bit salty for me. I would not use the little seasoning packets that it comes with because I just can't handle that much salt. Unless you're in a high temperature situation where you need to replace your salt content in your body, if you're sweating a lot, then that might make sense. But then again, because it's so salty, you would have to increase your water intake as well, which means you got to make sure your water purification setups are, down pat as well. Hey, Doug, how you doing, brother? I'm talking about the bug out bags again, as well as get home bags, inch bags, as well as whoosh bags. And if anybody's interested, whoosh bags stand for wake up, stuff's happening. It's basically all your important stuff in one small bag that you can just grab and go. Exactly, Rob. And duct tape is always a good choice. I mean, but some people might like Gorilla Tape, whatever it is. Moleskin in part of your first aid kit is a must. When you're walking, I'm not sure if my kit has it or not. Let me double check. But oh yeah, this thing has three things. It's got Benadryl, Neosporin, and Tylenol. But let's see if this has got moleskin or not. This one does not. But I would definitely add moleskin as part of it for blister protection. Well, you don't necessarily. I mean, sodium is a good thing, but to a point. Um, Too much sodium, and you're increasing your water intake, and if you're limited on what you can carry, unless you have a certified water source that you can get water on a regular basis, that you may have to be careful on that. While there is ways of procuring things that you can drink, such as draining the sap from a birch tree, or boiling water from a unknown water source, depending on if you have a way to purify said item. Sawyer's good. I don't have one at the moment. I've been wanting to get a couple. Right now, Walmart's got them on sale for $21.99. I'm thinking about ordering one of those to have it, or actually technically with shipping and everything, it's $29, so under $30 for two. And I was thinking about getting a couple of those for my bags. Right now I carry a cut-it-in hiker. While it works really well, the hoses need either cleaned or replaced, but it does work really freaking well. I'm probably just going to start cleaning them with some pipe cleaners and see if that helps. That's true. But it depends on what time of year you're using them. And also, when you do use them, make sure you blow out all the water out of them and you keep them close to your body to keep them warm. Otherwise, the microfibers that does the filtration will split and shatter, and that basically becomes, like he said, a big blue tube, depending on the color of the Sawyer you got. But it also depends on if you have the Sawyer Squeeze or the Sawyer Mini. I'm going to pick up a couple Sawyer Minis just because they're a lot easier to use than my hiker, but also they're cheaper than my hiker because the replacement filters for my hiker are as expensive. I haven't tried vinegar as a backflush yet. Cliff Fox and Outdoors. He uses a Sawyer Be Free, I think it is, and that's where basically you can just shake it and it clears itself up or whatever. I've never used one of those, but that's the way how well it works. I have had the water purification tablets. I think I have them somewhere in my bag, where you can, one's purification, one's neutralization, and it takes about half an hour to use. I have access to iodine if I need it, but I'm not a really big fan of using iodine to purify water because you can only use it for so long before it becomes toxic. Well, I was thinking about using them as a gravity feed setup. As long as you have a water bladder, you could use as a gravity feed through your filter into your water bottle. I carry a Nalgene bottle for that purpose, which is what I use with my hiker. I could filter water straight from the stream through my filter straight into my Nalgene bottle. Well, you still got to have a bag of some kind there, Doug. Some in case something happens. Well, now, if you guys want me to show off what some of the stuff in my bag, and ACR, just repeat to other folks, my regular internet is down, and my upload speed is very, very slow. So I'm using the Wi-Fi off my phone at the moment, so I can't guarantee the quality of my uploads. So bear with me. If you guys see me lagging or whatever, let me know. I wish I could fix it. There's not a lot I can do. Yeah, chlorine does work to a point, but like I said, I wouldn't trust it for very long. Sorry. I'm taking off my boots. Let me get my bag so we can go through it here. Guess it's right behind the computer here. Now, I will have to amend something. I do have one emergency meal available to me at this time. And this was given to me by Jason from Pet Center Outdoors. And this is a self-heating Heater X meal. And as you can see, this is the chicken pasta Italiana. And it's basically like an MRE. and it comes with its own water and everything else. It's all self-contained. I haven't tried it yet, but it includes 1 3/4 pound entree, food heater, water pouch, cutlery, napkin, salt and pepper, salt-free seasonings. So that is one meal I could probably put in my bag if I needed to. Now, I do have a hydration pack that I do carry with me, but it's on my other bag. I don't have the room or setup for a hydration pack with my Tripoli bag. That's why I use the water bottle. No, that's the only time we're discussing water filtration right now. Cr, you're good. I was just explaining because the I was explaining that I didn't have a lot of food items in my bag other than coffee. And that was it. But I had to correct myself. I have one, and that's enough for at least one day. You're not wrong there, Rob. Now, what I used to use, like, because a lot of backpacking tricks for people who are through hikers and stuff like that, those people know what they're talking about. They're lightweight meals that are easy to make that require little to no prep. I mean, other than you heat up some water, you add it to it, you eat. Um, so there are some people who do cold soaking. I do not recommend it because a hot meal is a morale booster, and keeping your morale up in this kind of situation is a primo thing. Oh, I didn't. I tried Nescafe. I never heard of that. Let's see. Let me double check here. Um, oh, those got discontinued. Those self-heating coffees, and they were only in England, apparently. You're right there, Rob. I mean, I don't know, understand why people cold soak their stuff. I mean, I like the instant oatmeal. That's always a good choice. Um, Instant potatoes. Ramen would be a good choice for those people who are interested. Um, Jerky, which you can throw in pretty much everything except for that. I wouldn't put it in with the oatmeal, um, unless you really are really desperate. Bacon bits, I found, are really interesting things if you can keep them dry. Because you can add them for flavoring, you can add them to help give you a little boost in energy. And, other than trail mix, obviously. Um, but instant potatoes are my number one things that you throw in there, and ramen was a close second. Though, like, I am not a fan of the ramen packets because I find those too salty for me. Oh, I did not know that.
What?
Okay.
What? Come here.
You're not wrong there, CR. Hey, Rob, how you doing? ¿Cómo estás? We're talking about foods required for bug out bags and stuff like that. I have one meal and coffee, so that's the meal that I got from Jason at the gathering. I have not partake in it yet, and it does look good. So I will probably it'll go in my bag for later on. Now, homemade trail mix, in my opinion, is the best way for me to go, but I would substitute the nuts for sunflower seed kernels because that'd be just a little bit easier for me to handle. Especially since you can get those with that are candy coated to give you a little bit more of an energy boost. My internet is out. I'm using my cell's Wi-Fi right now, Rob. I have 3 stoves that I could use. But the 2 basic ones are I'm using a alcohol stove. This is not the one I'm using now. I'm using, give me a second here. I'm using this one at the moment. This is my old one. I've got a new one, which I just acquired. Dang it, this thing's cockeyed and very, very slick, apparently. Well, here, I'll show you. Okay, that's what I keep my water in. My fire kit, which includes all the different other methods of fire starting. There we go. I use a transient knockoff, which I just picked up off of Temu. This is a lot lighter than the one I just showed you, and it burns really well. I got a bottle of 1 liter bottle of denatured alcohol, which I carry with me. I also have 2 different things I cook with: my tea kettle and my MSR cook. It is a little heavy, but it works. I'd rather have the extra weight for durability purposes than not have it at all. My internet is normally is fiber optic, Rob. I didn't realize it was spotty because no one's ever really said much, because I don't have any problems generally on my end. My phone is right now is guaranteed spotty because right now it's about a 28 upload, but 150 download. So since I can't see what you see, it goes by that. That's what I'm going by. Yep. The tea kettle is mainly for heating up water. Now, with that kettle and stuff, I've got 2 folding platforms for using those. And that's one of this little folding grill, as well as a modified sterno flat folding stove, which I have. You can use it for putting twigs in there, or you can use it with my alcohol stove, which I have. This one here, I could use it by itself, or I use it as a platform on top of my wood gas stove, which is another twig stove, and that works really well as well. Oh no, that won't work. He's always cold. But those are the wood gas stove is the backup to my alcohol stove. I don't like using anything else because it just.
Guess what are you doing, buddy?
I don't like having to deal with canister stoves. Now, this is my wood gas stove. This could be used in conjunction with my alcohol stove, uh, or I could use it for wood gas stove. But I would put the the grill part on top of this to help for stability's sake. I can cook directly on top of it if I need to. It's a little bit of everything. But basically, if I have the food that requires just using hot water, then I will boil as much water as I can, and then I will use it accordingly. But that's down the road. I have not bought a lot of food for this thing or any other bag as of yet. Marcus, what are you doing, dude? He's burrowing into a plastic bag. And as Ian is going to be building his own bug out bag at the flea market, I have no idea what his setup is going to be. He does have some of his own gear. Now I don't know how well that's going to work for him. I'm going to have to wait and see. I don't know. Water-wise, he doesn't have anything for water purification other than he does have his own MSR kit that he had built a few years ago that I had picked up originally at the Watcher County Flea Market, but he ended up getting it himself, some for himself. So what do you guys do? What do you use? Yeah, there's my old wood gas stuff. The reason I switched out is because this one's a lot heavier than the other one, and is really, really battered. I've used it a lot. Yeah, the one I just showed you that I got from Temu is like over half the weight of this one. You yellow heat works. Point. I do have something new that I was about using. I'll show you guys because I picked these up at a called the Looney Bin in Des Moines. I'm sure that Rob has probably heard of it. I picked up 4 bottles of this. These were $1 a piece. They normally go for 20, so get them when you find them. I'm using. For the longest time I've used the my Sterno folding stove. I modified it a little bit to work with my alcohol stove, but I don't like using Sterno per se because Sterno doesn't cook; it just heats up food. It doesn't give enough heat out to cook. My alcohol stove, on the other hand, will produce a blue flame, generally about that high above the stove, which will work great for the stoves that I do have, whether I put it in conjunction with my wood gas stove or my Sterno stove, flat stove. Well, this one's 99%, not 91. While 91 is common, but 99 is a lot. I could find works a lot better. I've got 4 bottles. One's for Ian, one's for me, one's for Dan, one's for Scott. So the cleaner, the better. That's why I generally use a bottle of denatured alcohol, which I carry in here. I did use a regular bottle like that in the past, but it does not seal properly, and it does have a tendency to puncture, leak, what have you. This right here is actually made for liquid fuel, so that's why I carry this. Now, this one not quite a liter. It's 650 milliliters or 18.3 fluid ounces. This is bicodidin, so just to let you know. I picked this up at Shields. I keep this full as much as I can, but this right here, using an ounce of fuel at a time, will last me a long time. So this will allow me to purify water, cook as well. Now, I look for deals when I can. I mean, you don't know where you're going to find things, and sometimes you have to buy them when you have a chance. You may not always find it when you need it, so you find it when you find it. You get it when you find it. Excuse me. Okay, thank you, CR. But that'll last me a long time. I mean, at least 18 Phillips, at least, minus a little spillage, whatever, will fill up my alcohol stove 18 times. And those would be, each time is more than enough to cook a meal, heat up boiling water for purification of water, what have you. Now, while I do have my water filter, being able to boil water for food is also a good choice too. Now, I do have other things that I do carry with me, but I don't use the water purification tabs because I'm not really confident in my ability to use them properly, because I've never really had to use those. Yeah, same here, Gage, same here. But the thing is, I've looked it up. This particular one is about, let me see here. Give me a second. This one is Solimo. And this one here, a single bottle like this, $14 on eBay, depending on where you get it from. So I got it for $1. And I had to pick up everything. Hey, Dress, how you doing? Yeah, check out any of and all of your Amazon bin stores. They're pretty much everywhere nowadays, and a lot of people pick these up on wherever they either on Amazon or whatever they get them from, and they just get sent back. Now, this holds 1 pint. And I've got 4 pints here. Now that the 4 pints are not all mine, just one of these. This is in conjunction with what I would already have. So I'm going to test this out, see how this works. And this one here has 16 fluid ounces, which is just shy of what my other bottle holds. So that's 32 ounces of fuel for my alcohol stoves, which allow me to do quite a bit with, as well as disinfecting wounds and such that this can be used for. So this has a bonus effect of being medically useful. And in fact, the fact that I'm a medic helps too. This one here was put out by Amazon. And let's see, how much was that going for? On Amazon, $8.63 a bottle, and I got it for $1, with no shipping. So I think I did pretty good. Activated charcoal, great if you have it, drops. If you don't, you got to use what you got. I mean, I have my Katahdin hiker. This is great. I am planning on picking up 2 of the Sawyer minis for backups. And I do, boiling water is also the last ditch method. I mean, yes, I'll be filtering it through bandanas and such, but boiling works. And like I said, this has more than one use. You can cook with it, or you can clean wounds with it, and also clean your hands off. And if you're trying to deal with wounds as well. Now, like I said, I picked up a new alcohol stove off of Temu. It didn't cost me much. I think it was like 3 something. And the reason I'm switching out from this one to the other one is weight. This thing is freaking heavy. It's also freaking old. So I've got me a new one, lighter, and I have tested it out, and it works extremely well. Pre-filtering, yes. You definitely need to get if you can't get 100%, clean or clear water, pre-filtering is a must. But boiling will always kill everything else, or bring it up to a rolling boil. Which is why I have my twig stoves. I have my alcohol stove as that. So, I mean, I would probably end up using my alcohol stove as a last ditch resort, because once those are gone, they're gone. There is no me replacing those, especially if I'm not getting anywhere to resupply. Same thing for my first aid kits and things like that. And also, remember, I can only carry so much. So I'm not going to be carrying everything but the kitchen sink. Like I said, I will probably upgrade this bag to my backpacking pack, because that'll allow me to carry my tent as well as my sleeping bag and sleeping pad, and allow me a little bit more room for a better first aid kit, and the possibility of adding more food. This pack here would probably end up going to Jenny with a much lighter load. Even though this is only 25 pounds, it would be more distributed to allow it to carry for extra food, extra water, that kind of thing. Exactly, CR. Hey, Jarrett, how you doing, brother? Now, having Sawyers are great. As everybody knows, you got to watch out for the weather. They make sure they don't freeze. That's why I have Sawyers are going to be my second backup. My third backup is boiling. I'm also going to use my stove for heat water for cooking. So I'd rather have rehydrated or constituted food more than I would be to fresh food if I didn't have any other choice. And like I said, this is my wood gas stove. It's great, but it does have one flaw, which why I got my grill grate, is for allow me to cook more accessibly on top of this using twigs alone. It's because of this part right here. While this does fold out to a decent rate, it doesn't fit evenly for most pots and cups and such, which is why I got the grate, which fits on top of this and gives you a good solid level surface. Well, my wife would never say that, Drops.
I would never say what.
I don't have enough ammo.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Would you ever say I would not have enough arrows?
No.
You wouldn't say that either? Why is that?
Because you always complain you never have enough arrows.
Yeah, but would you ever say that?
No.
Why?
Because I can't shoot a bow anymore.
What if we got you a crossbow?
Those are not arrows, those are bolts.
Same principle in my book, but yeah. I bet. Oh, yeah, that's true. Like I said, the boiling would mainly be for cooking. Boiling would be the last ditch effort if I had to. I mean, actually, technically, that would not be the last ditch one. Iodine would probably be my last ditch one, or the purification tabs. Why they work, those chemically treated water things don't offer the best taste, and they're not necessarily best for you in the long run. Now, I'm going to show you something with this one here. Put this down. Where's it? What do I do with that? That's right here. Okay. This is the reason why I got this right here. Not only can I use it for sitting directly on the ground and putting starting a fire over it. I could probably hang it upside down if I needed to. But these come off. If I get them off here. Give me a second here. This allow me to set this on here like that to provide a full set of surface. I could either grill on top of this if I needed to, or I could put my pots or pans or whatever on there, using this as an example. I can be able to cook on here, heat up water, what have you. And it's a lot sturdier than just having the three prongs all together. This is actually from Timo as well. It is really well constructed. It's solid. There's no wiggle. And the fact is, it does allow for options for the size of the legs. Well, congratulations on the furniture there, Drops. Hey, Scott, how you doing? Let me know how that works for you, Scott. I want to find out more about it. By the way, Scott, I got something for you. You're getting some of this. So you're getting that. Okay. By the way, folks, well, Scott, take a. I got to come up. Oh, I just put that on backwards. Dang it. Rotate it. I got to come up with $170 for the cabin because they want a $100 deposit for cleaning deposit on there. So it's $170 for the nights we're going to be there. It's going to be interesting to come up with that. So when we do, it will be at least comfortable at the very least. Okay. I thought you were going to be down this way this week. Give me a second there. I misplaced my bag. What did I do with it? I gotta stand up because I can't. Oh, there it is. I was sitting on it. But like I said, this is one of the newest ones I got, and this thing is really bomb. I like it. It's bomb proof. Now, this here is vintage, antique, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't look like much, but this one offers a lot for what it does, because it does come with its own built-in wind protection, which works really well with the alcohol stove, which is really nice. Get myself situated here. Well, that's why the door is in the way. Like I said, this one comes like that, and that way, you can use it for my alcohol stove, which, like I said, I adjusted it a little bit to allow it to be used, but that helps keep it from, you don't need a windscreen with this one. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Where are you going to be Thursday? Are you just going to be down there, or what's the deal? And you wouldn't believe some of the stuff I would love to see you see at where I'm working at the DAV store in Des Moines. Okay. Is there any campsites or any place like that you can go to, Scott, or is that it? All you can do? The heck with it. I'm throwing that one in here. Just have a backup. It's up for a backup. Because I thought you were coming back through, going to be in Des Moines for a little bit, and I can hang out with you a little bit. And like I said, if you could bring me back something from the gathering, I'd greatly appreciate it. Okay, I'm gonna put all my fuel back together, with the exception of the alcohol stove. The alcohol stuff, that will stay right there. Sorry about that. Itchy. Oh, he did. I just wasn't able to get down there. Maybe next year when my leg is better. I don't know about flying down, though. Because I don't think I can afford to fly down. Especially with my bows and stuff. I'd rather not be separated from my gear. Now, taking a train sounds like fun, though. Now, that sounds like would be fun for me. It would be like taking a train. Would you believe it's my water bottle? Depending on which part of my bag I open, because my side bag is where I keep my med stuff, which is also it could be removed, be wore separately as a side carry sling bag. But generally, the first thing I grab is my water. But I do have, my water purification. That depends on which part of my bag I open first. But generally, when I go into the first bag, my main bag is my water. But in that bag is also both my stoves and my fuel source for those stoves. But I keep 32 ounces of water with me at all times. Now, on the outside of my bag, I do have an additional set of stoves and stuff, cook stuff. So it just depends on what I need to grab, so I know where everything is. With the exception, I don't carry Pepsi with me. I carry coffee. Oh yeah, time to change out the hats. Oh my God, Jenny rearrange this thing. I do keep those for easy access. Fire the usually when I have my jacket, I'm wearing it. CR on mine. Now, fire wise, I keep those in my pockets. I carry a Bic lighter as well as 2 ferro rods and one ferro rod and a magnesium bar in the other pocket. So basic fire I keep on me at all times. And now, if I'm wearing my boots, as you can see, I've got my shoelaces are ferro rods. As you can see, 2 ferro rods. The striker is right there. Now, this one has different survival cordage on the inside. So, yeah, these are survival shoelaces. So I carry a little bit of everything on that. But this bag right here, which is removable, is my first aid kit. And if I got it off the bag, I can attach the sling to it, so I can wear it over my shoulder and have easy access. Okay. Give me a second here, drops. I don't know where I put them because I got two different pouches. You mean these drops, which I already have? I also have the magnesium pencil sharpener. The only thing I keep really separate is my flint and steel, but that's where I can grab it first. No, I already have those. Also, I do carry. I'll show you these. These are actually pretty cool. I carry some goodies, body and pain powder. As you can see, the single dose, really flat. You can carry a bunch of these all at once. And these are good until 2025, as you can see. I also picked these up at the bin store. So, yeah, good thing to have. I also have extra stormproof matches. And I got my enough paracord to last a while. I've had that too. I want to get a what do they call it? Fat rope or something like that. I just don't have one at the moment. That's on my list of stuff. I did have some other things that I was carrying with me, which is this right here. I took it out, and this is from Zippo. And it's a glorified sparker. It's not a lighter, folks. It carries the tinder inside it. You pull that apart, and it's supposed to take a spark from here to catch fire, help you start fires. And this is just a tube to hold it and keep it dry. This was just a novelty thing I picked up because I've never seen one before. Now, I do have extra, if I get this thing untangled here, an extra paracord bracelet. Picked it up at the same bin store. It's nothing fancy. It's literally just paracord. It's same setup as what I'm wearing on my wrist, just a different color. But I just clamp that onto the outside, and that's be good to go. Okay, cool. Thank you, Scott. I really appreciate it. A fat rope stick. Thank you, CR. Yeah, I have a bunch of the Tylenol ones. I wish I had some ibuprofen ones because, flat pack is a lot easier to carry. I can carry more of them. I am going to try to repack that outer pack with these, with an additional set of 3 triple antibiotic ointments and some more I want to add some icy hot because that goes a long way, as well as moleskin. Birch bark I will pick up as I go. Okay, CR, hold on. Part of my kit was still, I do have candles. They actually fell out of my bag when I was getting the other stuff out. I keep a really decent repair kit with wax cordage. I could use it for either stitching up wounds or material items to fix up. I keep that in this little Molly compatible pouch, along with an extra Bic lighter, and an extra ferrule rod. Another thing I carry in the kit, which I want to show you guys, it's actually please forgive me here. I also have some extra sinus medicine. This is the kit that I had currently in there, so I'm getting ready to upgrade my med kit. This was the original one I carried with me. Well, the bag is cool and everything. This was only $7, and it's a nice little boo-boo kit, but that's all it is. I mean, it has stuff for stings, it has some antiseptic wipes, that kind of thing. But the best thing it has is this colloidal silver. That is really good antibiotics stuff, and the ability to make your own colloidal silver is cool as well. But I'm going to upgrade my med kit with a bunch of stuff as I go. But this is like the one I just grab and go for small boo-boos and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to put a lot of this into here and into the side pouch, which is about the same size as that. But I won't need to carry everything because not everything is going to be useful to me. Okay, explain the acronym drops. Just don't just drop acronyms here. I'm dyslexic as it is. Hey, Will, how you doing, brother? Oh, obviously. I'm glad you're here, though. I don't have any Wazoo gear, Scott, which is, I like their caps, but, I don't have any extra pockets on this one, unfortunately. Though I'm not sure. I mean, I could probably put something inside there, probably. But this is my own personal type of hat, though. Please forgive me, folks. I know. You told me about that drops before, remember? But it's the first time you've actually posted the website. Okay, cool, Scott. Let me know what you find out, if you become one or not. And drops, please. How much is that going for, by the way? Okay, that's a good price for colloidal silver. Well, the thing is, that would be more of a bug in situation for me. Drops rather than a bug out situation. And since I don't have a bug in situation set up, there's nothing much I can do about it. That's a good deal. And for folks, please check out Colloidal Silver. It's a really good thing to have. And by the way, with the right setup, you can make your own if you have some decent silver. But it's a good antibiotic, antibacterial stuff. Okay, I didn't see the soap. I just saw the drops. Drop. Oh, I do keep one thing. Unless I put it behind me, which I've been doing a lot of, unfortunately. I keep a bee and bite sting kit in there for snake and bee stings. It's not antivenom or anything like that, but it does work for what it does. Use it for. I'm not sure if this is even going to work, but I'm going to give it a shot. If you guys think you want to try to come on up, you're more than welcome to. I don't have a lot of bandwidth, but you never know. I do got to repack some of my gear here because I just grabbed it and went with it. Dang it! Where is it? Oh, I can understand about having EpiPens. I do carry a about a week's worth of pills in my bag for my heart because I can't acquire more than that at the moment. Okay. Sorry, folks. I'm trying to repack things that way I know where they are. And like I said, the pack I carry everything is in this one right here, and it's removable and it has a carrying strap onto itself. So that way I can take it off my bag and I still have access to it wherever I go. I also carry a hygiene kit and my fire kit, obviously, and also a fishing kit. EpiPens are really simple to use, but as long as you're using them in the right circumstances. If you don't need an EpiPen and you inject yourself, you're opening yourself up for a world of hurt. Just saying. Okay, SD. Scott, I'll talk to you in a bit. Now, like I said, water is the first thing I grab because you can use it to flush your eyes or anything like that. But being hydrated is a good thing. Now, this is the bag is my daily carry. I normally don't carry a hydration pack with me because this one's not set up for it, which is why in a bug out situation, I would swap this bag out for my backpacking one, which does have the hydration pack in there already. I just need to add the extra water filters. Now, those little kits. You pick these up at Walmart for a few bucks. I replaced this one with the one you just saw because the cap is broke and it's not holding itself on anymore. But it has snap swivels, sinkers, and various size hooks. It's a really good deal to have something like that where you can use it for any situation. As I am not much of a fisherman, I do catch fish. I just don't catch fish that I want to catch. I have no idea. Now, I'm not sure how much paracord everybody carries with them, if any. Some people might be carrying more duct tape than I do, which I carry very little. Not because I don't want to. I just haven't been able to find what I really exactly want to carry. For those people who didn't know, both duct tape and super glue were created for the medical field in the military. That's true, CR. Like I said, I've got 32 ounces will get me a long ways. It won't keep me fully hydrated. It's only good for a couple of days. Not like it's going to be gone for long term or anything like that. But it'll get me home if I need to. It'll get me for 3 days, up to 3 days with what I've got. And with my belly being like it was and the way my ability to walk, 3 days is pretty much all I can really, it's going to take me to get from, say, if I had to leave from Des Moines to here and had to walk it, they take me a while. Well, can you carry spools with you, though, CR, if you don't have a car? I got one hank of 100-foot paracord. Plus, I've got, actually, I'll show you what else I got. This I just picked up from the DAV store. It is a little carabiner keychain thing. Nothing fancy. Decent carabiner. Haven't tried it on opening up bottles yet, but there is that. Cliff says it's probably about 7 feet of paracord right there. Not like the 32 I got on my wrist or the 100-foot I got in there, plus whatever this is. Hey, Cecilia. I've got those, CR, definitely. But I keep that in my wallet, in my pocket. That's one of my ferro rods that I got. I counted up to 12 ferro rods I keep on me at any given time, depending on what I'm carrying or where I'm located at. I carry 2 in my truck. I carry on me about 10 with my backpack. Without my backpack, I have 5. It's just sort of, I didn't realize I had that many, to be honest. Like I showed you, I would have had an extra one, but one of my ferrule rods broke on my shoelaces. So I'm down that one. So I got 3 on my shoes. This one. This one. This one. Let's see. This one, which I keep that one in with my flint and steel. Oh, wait, there's more. It's my forward direction bushcraft one. This one. Like I said, I got 2 more out in the truck. Knowledge, Doug, knowledge. But fire-wise, I'm covered for a while. And that's not the only fire. I mean, I have, like I said, I've got 2 Bics, the ferro rods, and my Fresnel lens, and my flint and steel. So I've got redundancies. I have only one cover, and that's just my simple little 5x7 tarp. Nothing fancy to it, just what it is. I have 3 Moras I carry with me. I also carry a solar panel for charging my devices. And I also have a folding saw. But I do have my 5x7 tarp for cover, which is why I want to upgrade my before I leave out, I'll probably upgrade this to my hiking backpack because 1, it's more comfortable, and 2, I can hold more. I can get my tent, my sleeping pad, and my sleeping bag. Shelter, I have 1 right now. Water, 2. I'm getting a 3rd one soon. Paracord, I've got at least 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. Knives, I usually carry 3 knives with me everywhere I go. I do have additional knives wherever around me at all times, plus my bow and everything for food procurement, that kind of thing. But knowledge is the easiest one I can carry with me wherever I go. Sorry about that, folks. I set something down on my keyboard. And it really messed me up. Here come the drops. Hey, drops. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Colin?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was trying to figure out a new avatar because I can't find the other one. And
Hi. There's nothing wrong with Betty White.
yeah, no kidding. I love her.
She's
Um,
she's an angel, literally.
101 Angel. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but still really cool.
Yeah, it's just all this bug out bag stuff and like that stuff. I want to talk about that because, you know, like I was telling the wife before we got married to her, yeah, take that 63-pound bag and try to walk it around the block. That's what happens.
Okay, for those people who wondered, again, I actually hit a button. That's what disconnected me. So it was not my, just some stupid mistake on my part. Okay. Yeah, just the thing is, I'm going to be doing a bug out bag challenge coming up at the beginning of next month with SD Mountain Man, Herbert T Outdoors, my son, and myself.
Right.
And I'm sure you've heard the details a little bit.
Possibly, but I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're gonna carry a 180-pound bag like the Marines do,
No,
good luck. You ain't that young.
First and foremost, not a Marine. I'm a medic, Army medic. And I hate to say this, Army medic bags are heavier to the gear that we have to carry.
Yeah, I understand all that stuff. I had to.
You have to carry all the medical stuff plus the normal everyday soldier gear.
Well, my brother was such a dummy. He had to carry the Dragon for the tank killer. When he was in the Marines.
That's not what I would do. But I was in a ambulance unit, so I didn't have to worry about any of that. But
yeah, I can still carry a lot of weight, even at 60.
My bag that you see I've held up with everything all in, without extra food, is just under 25 pounds. Just under.
Yeah, and honestly, Colin, you want to carry about 10% of your body weight in a bug out bag, unless you're used to it.
Well, that's the whole point of why I carry it everywhere I go, to get used to it.
Exactly. And I'm telling most people out there right now, you're not going to be able to carry more than 10% of your weight. So
I can carry a little bit more because I'm heavier than I look. And but the thing is, a better bag, because this one here does not have an internal frame, which is one of the downfalls of it. And I need a little bit extra room for like my shelter, which would be my tent, my sleeping pad, and my sleeping bag. But that's the only three things that I would majorly want to have, because I need a proper shelter. Because I don't want to have to try to rig a tarp shelter if I don't have to.
Well, yeah, there's actually those, what do you call them? The aluminum foil type blankets. You can rig one with that.
Okay, you see that right there behind me there, Drops?
Yes.
What is that?
Looks like it's rape to me.
It's a wool blanket.
Yeah. I
carry multiple wool blankets around. Mostly I carry them in my my vehicle because it's just easier to carry that way. My daughter is in the room, and she carries a 35-pound bag.
Right.
Because she's also half my age too. So.
Well, I'm almost 60 now, so.
I'm not that far behind you there, dude.
I'm 6'2". I'm 215 pounds. I'm not fat.
Okay.
I could move.
I'm 5'8", 57 this fall, and I'm just under 300.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is there's a difference between your conditioning and mine, and most 20-year-olds are not even as strong as me,
No, or me. I'm, my daughter can attest to that. But
can you pick up a 300-pound generator and move it 20 feet?
I cannot. Depends on how far you talk about pick up. Right now, with my knee being the way it is, I can't do anything because I'm restricted. Okay. But when I was in my best shape, I probably could, because I picked up soldiers with all their gear that weighed that much.
Oh, I know, and
I had to, not
I'm
because I wanted
still
to, because I had to.
I'm still at military age strength and stuff like that. Okay.
Strength, I'm the same strength, but I'm with my knees. The knee thing was an accident that was out of my control. So that's the only thing that's restricting me is my knee.
I understand that. But as far as military readiness, I am still like a 20-year-old. Okay.
Well, just remember, just because you think you're a 20-year-old doesn't mean you are a 20-year-old.
Well,
What the body
actually,
says doesn't necessarily. What the mind says doesn't mean that the body can follow through 100%.
yeah,
We
that's
have
the
wear and
thing right
tear
there.
on our bodies. It happens no matter what age you are.
That's the thing right there. I mean, I'm getting older and I can feel it, but most of the 20-year-olds are I'm like 2 or 3 times stronger than them are right now.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, I'm going to say not all, because there's some like Evan.
yes,
Yeah, he is under 20 years old, and he is about. See, how tall are you again?
6'2".
Okay, he's a little taller than you,
Right.
and he's a fireman right now, and which takes a little bit more than average strength for that kind of job,
Right.
and he's not your average kid.
I started out when I was 14. Before I turned 15, I was bench pressing 195, my max bench press. In 6 months, I was benching 435.
I wasn't bench pressing that much. I was leg pressing over 1,000.
Yeah.
But I was more of a runner back in the day. But now, once I got into my 30s, that's when my strength went up, lifting wise. But
Yeah,
they're not very tall, so I could pick up more people taller than me, because
I did long distance Colan, and I did pole vaulting also.
Oh,
Okay.
the guys who pole vault, you guys are nuts. Just saying. I've seen people pole vaulters pull shoulder, and that's freaking scary.
Well, we used to climb a rope with our hands without our feet.
I've seen them do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They had them at my school before they outlawed them.
Up there and then down the rope backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was only 145 pounds in high school, so I wasn't much of anything back in the day.
I was 147.
That's how I was 140. When I graduated, I was 100. See, what was it? 142 when I graduated. Went up to 140, 59 until basic. Then I dropped down to 147 after basic. But I gained 2 inches in height in basic because I got to eat. But let's see. Pepper, you're not the only one that's having the problem. My internet is slow because I'm running off the Wi-Fi off my phone right now because I didn't get a chance to pay my bill not till Friday.
One of the funny things is that we moved over to Arkansas now from Washington State.
I got family down there, so yeah, I understand.
It was 2,200 miles of hell. We're still getting our stuff from Nebraska. We might be over there in Ohio, Iowa, whatever. I know my niece is over there in Iowa now.
Where at?
I think it's south in Ohio.
What's the city?
I forget. She actually is an HR person, has a degree and all stuff, and I got to talk to her and find out because we just moved. Like last 3 months have been like a transition, for us.
Oh, by the way, Cecilia still calls you a baby.
Yeah, I still love you too, girl. I'm still going to send you some seeds and stuff like that too. I just got to figure out how to do without Canada charging my ass, because Canada's just expensive.
Yep. Same thing for Australia too.
Oh, I know.
Because there was one thing I would love to get from Australia that I was talking to Rob on the road with, as well as a few others, is that the Australian MRE is one of the best tasting MREs in the world. They did a test.
Okay,
no,
if you say so.
No, they did a taste test of all the different militaries, trying them all.
Yeah.
It was a blind test. They didn't know which one was which. They went by taste alone.
I'll stick with my dad's preferable choice that he was in the Army during Korea, and I'll stick with SOS.
My dad was in the Marine Corps, and he loved sea rats.
Yeah.
But sea rats you can't carry sea rats on your bag, in your with you, because there's just too much. But
no, they have the new stuff now where you just pull the lid and it cooks the food for you right now.
yeah, but remember, we're talking about 1963 when he was in.
Yeah, we're talking about our MREs.
Ours are different from way back then. So
giggle, giggle, goggle, goggle, choke on them. They were awful.
My first MRE was the worst one they ever had. It was experimental, and it was a pork rind.
Yeah. My old buddy Donnie, old Navy buddy of mine, still sends me some of that kind of crap. Dehydrated steaks. And I was like, Donnie,
I don't know about that one.
yeah, you never tried them.
No, but this is the one that was given to me by Pest Hunter Outdoors.
Uh-huh.
Self-eating meal.
We never got those labels. Never.
No, this one here is actually for hurricane relief. And
dude, I never saw an MRE like that. Okay,
this
one's old school.
Civilian. This is civilian version, wow. But it comes with all that.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm a firm believer in the salt-free stuff because I don't do a lot of salt. But pepper, I will do pepper all day.
Colin, look at the bottom of that list right there and tell me what you see.
Salt-free seasoning, and there's also 12 ounces.
Seasoning, okay?
No, so salt-free seasoning is it's all together.
Right. Seasoning is what I want to say.
Plural.
All you preppers out there think you're preppers?
I've never said I was a prepper.
I am. Okay, I'm a farmer, rancher, whatever. Okay,
I know you are, but I am not. I don't have the budget or anything like that to do that.
But so Colin, all you guys out there see, I'm saving this, I'm saying that, in case the apocalypse, never know, right? But look at it right now. What did you see there? Seasoning. Even on spices to flavor your food with, you're gonna get real bored real fast.
Yeah. I like Mrs. Dash. It covers a lot of bases. The only thing it doesn't carry is salt, because I'm not a fan of salt. I understand why I would eat it, but I grew up the kids salt diet.
Well, it depends. A lot of people don't know that you need to keep Epsom salt around because you know why?
Don't know.
It's full of magnesium. You need to bathe in it once in a while for your muscles, for your muscle stuff. Muscles are very important.
Oh, yeah.
Iodine, magnesium, lithium, aluminum, and
multivitamins will be your friend for a while. So if you can get your hands on them. I got to say goodnight to Will's leaving for the night. So thank you, Will. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, there's a lot of important minerals and vitamins and stuff you need to put in your body, and you better have those on hand because a lot of the food you buy nowadays doesn't have that. Okay.
I was notified that birch bark water has both minerals and vitamins, as well as a little bit of sucrose and glucose in it, as well as keeping you hydrated. It does a little bit of everything. It's like nature's energy drink.
Right. Well, birch
not
bark
as good
actually
in vitamin C as a pine needle tea or anything like that.
Pine needles, yes, that's good for vitamin C.
Yeah.
Vitamin D, you go out in the sun. There's also the thing where you're talking about birch, right?
Birch. It's also a fire starter, obviously.
Yes.
But it's also, you could use it for wound closures and a few other different things.
Well, birch is actually good for what do you call it? Aspirin.
Yeah, they're a form of aspirin.
Yes, it is. It's a painkiller.
It's not as good as let's see, what's the word? There's a tree for that, the aspirin tree or whatever they call it. Willow bark tea is good for that too, by the way.
A
White
weeping willow
willow
is
bark.
not. Weeping
White
willow is
willow
not.
bark. What white willow bark is.
Right. Exactly.
You got to have the white one, not the other ones, but white. Unfortunately, that does not grow in my area. It's not in Iowa.
Yeah. Well, you
We don't
can
have the climate for it.
also look around for a wild lettuce. Wild lettuce.
I've heard about the wild lettuce. I have not been able to find any yet. I know it's supposed to grow here. Have not been able to find any.
Well, it's actually a great painkiller
Oh, I
without
know.
any
I
narcotic
don't have it.
effects.
Camphor. Okay. Mm,
Comfrey too. Comfrey. Yes.
okay. I heard. I'm not sure if. Correct me if I'm wrong on this one. I've heard actually catnip's supposed to be good for you. With certain events. I mean,
I don't know. The catnip just gets the cat stoned around here. We got 6 of them. Oh, and I got a fun story for you. We have he looks like a half a small little what do you call him? Bulldog, whatever. Comes around here, we call him DOG, right?
right.
So we buy him a bone. He takes the bone, runs off with it. We bought him a toy. He takes the toy and runs off with it. We bought him a little bed to lay on the porch with. He takes the bed. Okay. We finally figured out he's not DOG. He's Robin the Hood.
Funny.
But he brings stuff to us. And I was like, really? This DOG is the original OG. You know, he's like he comes around, he gets us scraps. We feed him scraps from our leftovers. He's here every day. He just wants to get in and love the cats up. And I was like, no, buddy. No, Robin the Hood. No, not getting a free cat lunch. Oh, I missed you on that one, didn't I?
Okay. It says here the medical uses of catnip is insomnia, fever, migraine, anxiety, indigestion, mosquito bites, arthritis. It calms the central nervous system. It helps with colds, relaxation, pain, and hives.
Yeah, Mullen works good too.
Yeah, that's what Cecilia just put down.
I know, and actually, wild lettuce is actually a non-narcotic, and you don't get high from it. It kills the pain. I know I've sent people that stuff, the tea and everything. They brewed it, they drank it, and got them off all their meds. You know what I'm saying?
I do know that willow bark tea is supposed to help with people who are on aspirin regimens.
Yep.
So, but the thing is, you got to find the white willow bark, which is the hard part. Like I said, it does not grow here.
Well, you also know, Colin, that you don't send people to surgery 30 days before when they take aspirin, because if you do, they'll bleed out, right?
Right.
You know that for
because it's a
and collagen. It actually lets you bleed
anti-colloidal. Yeah, it keeps it from blood clotting.
Okay, so the one thing I'll tell you though is the white lettuce tea, the wild lettuce tea, actually helps with that also. But if you drink beetroot juice, it'll reduce your blood pressure, and it will actually increase your blood flow, and it adds nitrates to your heart. So look up beetroot juice.
I've heard about it, but I'm not a big fan of beets in general.
Well, you don't have to be.
It's a personal preference, but I understand the medical uses, but the actual dosages and everything else, that's out of my purview.
Well, they mix it. They mix it with something tasty, so you don't really taste the beets. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I know what you're talking about as far as the dirt root beets, because they really suck. You know, the Detroit beets. But if you grow them right, they don't taste like dirt. To be honest with you.
I just never liked beets all my entire life. I've tried it, but like
actually, you would with beets with Brussels sprouts. I've actually
done
that.
Brussels sprouts either.
Oh. Okay, you're incurable.
They're freaking little green golf balls.
Well,
That's
they're little cabbages, but that's that's the matter of your opinion, and now you will be censored for the rest of your life. Oh.
hey, cabbage on itself, uncooked, raw is fine. The leaf, you can use it as a salad. That's great, but that's all it's good for. Anything else, if it's cooked, no, don't touch it.
Yeah, I understand all that, but I'm just telling you the health benefits of it, and that's something you might want to consider.
Yeah. Well, right now, last Friday, I actually had an episode where my blood pressure dropped, unhealthily dropped, which is really weird since I usually suffer from high blood pressure.
Going down.
I'm not sure what happened or what caused it, but my blood pressure dropped to a non-safe level.
Okay. That's not good.
No, I went to the ER. I was in the ER all day on Friday. They have no clue. All the results were inconclusive.
Did they X-ray your heart?
Yes, they put the dye test and everything.
And the valves are what?
Everything's fine. Weird.
Okay. Okay.
I've
Well,
never had it. I've never suffered from low blood pressure in my life, but I do know one thing: I don't like that feeling.
one of my old-time friends is Flip. I call him Flip. Philip Hartwell. He's a actual heart doctor, and the other one, Kelly Foot, is a brain doctor. And I've known them since I was a kid. Old friends, 30, 40 years. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh, I gotta
doesn't.
say, CR just left. Sorry, bye, CR.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep track of the people in the chat, so bear with me. I'm not trying to.
Why's he leaving? He's in Alaska, for Christ's sakes.
No, he's in Canada.
Whatever. Same thing.
He's just north of you.
Hey, I'm a frozen back for 3 generations. What do I care?
You're not now you're not. You're subtracting a generation because you moved to Arkansas.
Well, yeah, but my 3 generations ago, my family came from Canada.
I'm razzing you, dude. Come on. I reserve the right to razz you.
Okay.
My channel. No, you were talking about mullein seeds and stuff, mullein and everything. SC's got seeds for that.
It's mullein.
I cannot. I'm sorry, pronunciation problems, but you understood what I'm talking about.
I actually got mullein. It's not mullein, but mullein in my yard, right next to my mailbox.
Now he's trying to establish it in South Dakota, which I don't know if the climate's conducive for that.
It's a weed. It grows everywhere.
You know what grows everywhere? Artichokes. They grow everywhere.
I wish.
No,
I like
artichokes. Sorry. Asparagus. Sorry. Got
You're talking about asparagus by the railroad tracks. Yeah, in the sand. I know. My grandmother used to grow it over there in Colorado. My grandfather used to have he was a general contractor back then, and back then you didn't have any subcontractors, so he had miles and miles of equipment. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you know what? Moringa.
Moringa.
Yeah, moringa. Never heard of that one.
Yeah, it's a tree. It's kind of like a bush actually, but they grow that in London South. You ain't got to be grow up there in Ohio, I don't think.
I'm not in Ohio. I'm in Iowa.
Yeah. You're not going to be able to grow in that area unless you have a greenhouse. I'm sorry. A lot of them fruit trees, no.
The only fruit trees that we have quite a few fruit trees that grow here, but one of we can't grow peaches or citrus without a greenhouse.
Yeah. You're mostly the hard ones like apples, cherries,
Pears.
Pears.
I love pears. Pears are amazing. Anything you can do with an apple, you can do with a pear.
Well, they crossbred them and made a pear apple thing. I can't remember what it's called.
I heard about that one, but it didn't take off. It never took off.
Yeah. They did the same thing with a pear and a apricot.
I don't know if we can grow apricots here. We might. I think we can. We can grow apricots here. I think.
Yeah, you can. You can.
Um,
And you remember the old ones, the cross between those. I forget what they call it. Didn't take off either.
no.
Um,
Oh, by the way, I got to backtrack a second. Correct myself. White willowbark, willow trees do grow here, but not in my particular section where I'm located at. So I can get that willowbark tea if I can go to a different section of Iowa.
yeah, it grows mostly, I think, up in the northeastern part of Iowa. Am I right?
I'm not sure. It says it can grow. It has many places where white willow trees can be found, including farms, tree farms, and garden centers. So I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure it's northeastern part of Iowa. I haven't been in Iowa for a long time. I had a great uncle over there. Lived in that area in Iowa. Um, he actually has a good story. He's in World War II, lost 3 fingers, blah 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 blah. Still, my uncle John, he lives in Denver area still today, and he served in World War II and Korea. 98 years old, and his wife's still alive.
Did you know that white willow trees are considered invasive because they're not natural to the North America? They were
Well, you want to get into real history or not?
no. I just saw
not
that.
here, not here, not
Not
here.
right here. I don't have the bandwidth for it.
We don't want we don't want to get into the real history of the last 300 years. At least the 1,000 years and 2,000 years. Trust me, YouTube will not like it, and I don't want to get you banned, brother.
I'd rather not be banned.
Thank you. But if you ever want to call me up and hear about it, I'll tell you all about it.
I'm not an arborist, but me, I know a little bit of things. But if you want to talk about archery, I can talk your ear off.
Well, I don't really use a bow. I use a crossbow.
Well, like I said, I like my bows. That's my specialty. But everybody has their specialties, which is
I love
really
mine
cool.
too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I love bows and
My wife
crossbows.
loves her crossbow before someone friggin' stole it out of our gear, which really friggin' sucks.
Yeah, I have throwing knives too, by the way. And they have
Never
their.
been a fan of throwing knives because once you throw them, you don't get them back.
Well, one of mine's called. One of my throwing knives is called Caribbees, and it actually has paracord on the handles, which I like.
I've seen those.
Yeah. So most of the stuff I buy, like the machete, the hand knives, and the throwing knives, it all has paracord on it because I don't like to waste my money, right?
Right.
So I carry those all the time, and
like I said, I can usually carry my bow, my takedown bow, one of my takedown bows with me wherever I go, because you never know when you might need one.
yeah, I carry a few of those accessories with me everywhere I go. I don't necessarily need a gun because I took over a decade of martial arts and all that crap and military and all that crap, and I don't need one.
My thing is, the fact is, yes, you may have your bullets, but once you run out of bullets, I can still go pick up my arrows and reshoot them.
Well, exactly, and then I can still pick up your gun and shoot it, right?
If you have ammo.
Yeah, I can still pick up your gun and shoot it.
Or you can just throw it at somebody and do it that way.
Well, they make it, even if the gun runs out, you can still use it.
Yeah, like I don't have any handguns, so I don't do those.
Yeah, I do that. I love my 410 Judge. Okay.
Finding a 410 I can afford is near impossible, especially since they opened up Iowa to 300 with a 410. But you got to
Yeah, well, the ammo's pretty expensive right now, hard to find. So is the 45 long. But
no, the only kind we could use is tungsten for turkeys, and that stuff is expensive on its own. And I had one when I was younger, 410, single shot. But then again, that's all you really needed. If you needed to shoot more than once, something was wrong.
Well, you got to look at muscle velocity out of the muzzle, and you look at certain different types of guns, stuff like that. I think if I'm going to have my woman shoot a deer, I think she's going to use a 270. Okay, nice rifle for a woman. Okay, for
I,
sport.
I'd probably use a 410 with a slug will do some serious damage with a deer. But I'll
Yeah,
stick
well,
with
you
my
probably
bow
want
when it comes to deer hunting because
Colin. You probably want to use buckshot when you're going to shoot deer over there in the woods. But I don't know your particular location over there in Iowa, but most of
oh yeah,
it's
we
plain.
have deer all over the place. Had it in my backyard, easy.
Oh, I
They
know.
they don't they apparently they don't like my deer archery target I have in the backyard.
Over there in Washington State where we moved, we used to have family come through that yard every day, about 7 deer.
Oh, we have more
And
than that come through. There's a herd of deer. See, they hide during hunting season, but as soon as the season's over, they congregate into like 2 or 3 dozen strong, just hanging out in open fields.
yeah, they didn't even hide over there. They just came through every day. I mean, we didn't have to worry about hunting this because the thing is that here we got some deer, but they're like they look like little dogs to me. Huh, sorry.
Well, I've seen something like that in when I was stationed in California,
Yeah.
over when I was at the Presidio of Monterey. I mean, they barely came up to this windowsill, the bottom of the windowsill,
Yeah.
on post, and I think I'm not sure if what they called them, but they, I mean, a small herd outside my window every day, and the worst thing is I couldn't freaking touch them.
The deer around here are like 50, 60 pounds, just like the coyotes I used to kick out there in Washington State in the middle of the night. I used to go out in the middle of the night, kick the coyotes off, keep them off the chickens, right? Now,
I don't have any chickens for them to kick off, but I have seen coyotes here.
yeah, I had 50 chickens plus. I sold them all, put them in good homes.
Oh,
But,
okay. He's
but,
talking about his 7.62 upper. Okay.
but I didn't even worry about the coyotes. I just kicked them around there. They were
Have you
about,
checked your hunting laws where you're at now?
in my state.
You're in a new state, new hunting laws.
Well, yeah. I checked it over there in Washington State. I had to live trap everything, including coyotes, and
I don't know what the
coons.
trapping seasons are like there, so I can't. I've been fishing in Arkansas multiple times, but I don't know about the hunting laws there.
I really don't either, but I'm not going to worry about it because
I mean, if they're getting into your chickens, you're going to worry about it.
listen, everybody has their chickens run out around the ground around here, and last time I checked, I'm not going to worry about chickens.
Well, I'm right now. I'm just going to be, trying to get my archery shop set up so that way I can make my arrows. Since I got my new Fletcher this year, I just got to get some shabs and I'll be ready to rock.
Well, let me ask you a question there, Colin. What are you going to do with your archery store? What are you going to do with that? How are you going to set it up? How are you going to do it?
What do you mean? For you want me like for selling stuff or something?
Yes.
I wasn't actually planning on that because I mean most of my gear I use for myself. But I mean, if someone wants arrows, I could probably make some. But
okay, well here's what I'm going to be setting up here within the next 2 or 3 months. I actually, do you know my actual thing that I do nowadays for my old type of work?
right. You told me about it.
Okay, well, I've been self-employed for over 25 years. Okay.
I know. You told me.
And one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a rival to Etsy and Amazon within the next 2 or 3 months and launch it. Now, I do have somebody interested in funding a lot of it if I can't fund it, but I can fund it myself. And I have the advertising already set up, the promotion, web stuff, all that crap. setup because I am an IT security web developer, web server guy, and coder all in one. Okay, plus an electrical engineer. So I know all this stuff, and I am ready to launch it. But I'm proposing to a few people that you may know that have a big X on their face, or people that have like a DJT on their face, or have somebody else on their face. And I'm wondering if they want to go along with this and go because I can do it
Oh,
myself. I can do it myself, but I also have the resources that I'm looking at for that. Okay, I'm not playing around. This will be a major launch, and we'll put those efforts out of business, and they can take their wool crap and shove it up their, cabanas.
yeah. Well, the thing is, right now, the first thing I'm doing is making sure I can shoot them properly. Because if I'm not happy with them, I'm not selling anything because I want to make sure that I can shoot them because my bows are not common weight with their because my 74 and 100 pounders are not somebody just picks up and shoots, as you already know.
Well, I understand. Yes.
Because,
What is the weight on the ounces of the arrow?
it'll probably be around
12,
more than that. Give me a second.
16,
Give me a second. I'm adding them up in my head here, and I'm dyslexic.
22. I read 22 out of your
You're
head.
throwing the numbers out, and it's messing me up. My tips are 125 grain. Shabs at 28 inches, approximately.
Those are big.
Yeah. These are going to be 23,
23,
64.
24. Yeah, I think so.
24, 64. We're talking probably Douglas fir. Heavy duty shabs for my heavier bows. 11 30 for my medium weight bows. I'm not going to do
Okay. The diameter of those. I do understand archery, so
Yeah, those. I mean, it depends on length. Is the big thing on
you're
what
talking about 23 ounces. I think what you're talking about.
heavy duty. Yeah, I've got
Yep.
them.
Yep.
The fact is, I mean, I'm going to start off with my heavy bows and work my way down because I do 4-fletch over a 3-fletch. But that's my personal preference. But I can't do 3-fletch. I just don't have the supplies. That's my biggest.
Yeah, the fins on the back of it, right?
Right. I use feathers. I don't use vanes
I know.
because I'm not a fan of vanes because they get hot, they warp, and your shots are screwed no matter what you do.
Yeah. You use plastic on those, they just go, they wilt, and they're done. You're done. That's why
But
you use plastic.
but feathers are a lot more resilient. They're flexible and they're easier to replace.
Yeah, I understand what you're talking about. I mean, it's not like a non-archery guy. I really do. You use feathers instead of the plastic crap.
Yeah,
I get it.
I got some beautiful barred green shield cut 5-inch. Love them. Paid for only $20 for 50 of them off of Temu.
What is that? What is that? I'm not familiar with that. I'm sorry.
Okay, let me see if I can find out where I put them. I thought I had them over here beside my chair here. So bear with me here. I'll show them to you. I had them sitting over here. If they're still here, I hope they are. Okay, where did it go? That's not it. Okay, they got moved. I can't find them at the moment without digging through a bunch of stuff. But the shield cut, basically, instead of sloping straight down like a parabolic, they come up to a point and they cut back. Let's see if I can shine you a picture here. I'll show you.
But you know what's funny, Colin? I'm a bad boy because I forgot to hit the thumbs up on the way in.
Oh, please
I did.
do, yeah. Okay, I'm using these as an example. They're not exactly but what I'm using, but here's an example. like these.
Okay. Yeah.
That's because the slope on the back.
So you're buying the feathers. You're not actually producing them.
I cannot because the feathers I want to use, I can't legally touch, even though they're plentiful. Because the Canada goose feathers are plentiful, but they're legal to own, even if you can pick them up the ground.
Yeah, are you kidding me? Because I used to actually tee off at the golf course up there in Washington State and probably hit one of them.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong. They're everywhere. But there's a law in Iowa says I cannot legally own them. Have them in my possession. Doesn't matter if you pick them up off the ground.
Okay, well, we need to talk about LLCs and how to skirt the law, because I'm pretty sure the Bidens probably did the same thing, and I know how to do that. They're not OGs on that. I can tell you how to start a business.
Oh no, don't. I've got. I've had an archery range business for years.
I'm just kidding.
Archery, I can tell you. I talk about, but I'm getting into the arrow building, and I've done bowstrings.
If you want advice on business, give me.
You'll be the first person I call. But right now, I'm nowhere near where I need to be fluid enough to do what I need to do. I need to have where I could actually make an arrow without thinking about it. It's like shooting. I already know how to do that without thinking about it.
Yeah.
When I can make an arrow like while holding a conversation with somebody else at the same time, that's where I want to be. That way I'm not thinking about what my hands are doing.
All right. Well, it's nice talking to you again, Colin. Hope you and Cliff are doing well, and everybody else, and love your wife, by the way.
Thank you.
She's a very special woman.
Yes, she is. She's smarter than I am, which is,
Well, you know what? What's dangerous is that my wife's even smarter than I am, and she finds every way to get some money in the door, and she knows how to do things.
That's cool.
If you want somebody to connect with me on that, and she will find you money anywhere you want for your business.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Susie, I forgot. I left her comment on the screen. Apologize for talking over you.
But just email me. Email me, and I'll give you my number, and I'll give you her number, because I never answer the phone. I don't handle that stuff. She does all the business stuff. And
I'll probably try to contact her through her website if I need to.
I'll just go to grumpymonkeysoap.com. You want me to put it in there for you?
Yeah, put it in there. I'll come and get it later.
Yeah, I'll do it right now, so you can actually
you can put it in the private chat on this one.
I do it either way. I mean,
if you want people to get your contact information.
Well, no. She actually she has a actual LLC business. Okay. So it ain't gonna hurt nothing, and she actually does sell product, but this is her passion, not mine.
Oh wait, we got Scott popping in here.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, just thought I'd pop up a minute. I got the dogs outside trying to cool off and settle down. And I thought I'll just jump on here a minute.
Oh, cool. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And by the way, thank you for the offer of the feathers. I really appreciate that too.
Yeah. Well, what's this one? I'm trying to think now. I think it's a Chinese goose. I don't know. African goose, Chinese goose, whatever. I don't know.
The feathers like you have are privately given from you to me is one thing, but I can't pick up a Canada goose feather off the ground here in Iowa.
To me, that's just ridiculous.
I thought so too, because if the grid was going down and I needed fletching from arrows, I would snag every one I could find and make as many fletchings as I could.
Right. Yeah. South Dakota.
I can't legally do that.
South Dakota turkey feathers, anything. Same
thing for turkey feathers. They're not supposed to. Technically, you're not supposed to do that, but it happens.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I kind of, if you know me, Colin, I kind of do me.
I know. Hey, you and I are birds of a feather. You know this.
Yeah. like I said, that fire rope, I'll make you one. I've got the rope seasoned. I'll just say that seasoned. I just gotta figure out what kind of like what size copper pipe will fit it or whatever, brass tube or cartridge, whatever you want to say.
Actually,
So-
I'm sure you could probably use anything, not just necessarily copper. I mean, you could probably use aluminum tubing if you have that.
Yeah, just whatever, just some kind of. I mean, and I can just get it to you, and you figure out whatever you want to do too, whatever. No matter to me.
Actually, SD, I would use specs if I was you because the certain fact is that even if it freezes, it doesn't burst. Okay.
Well, no, this is what we're talking about is you wouldn't want something metal so it snuffs the fire out, especially this stuff.
Something from small.
It's I got it. I'm just gonna call it nitrated.
Okay, penetrated.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's yeah. It'll
you
take.
saw what I'm giving you, didn't you?
What?
The alcohol.
No, I didn't know. Oh yeah. I did too. Yep.
Yeah,
That's
yours.
crazy. That's crazy. You find that stuff. Yeah.
I'm good at finding things. Let's just leave it at that. I'm good at finding things.
You don't want to have 7% alcohol on that the thing. You want to have 99, 90%.
Yeah,
Yep.
the fact that I've been finding 99% a lot lately. So I've been trying to buy it as much as I can when I can.
Weird. That's weird. I haven't seen that a lot.
Somebody put a deal on. It was one of the YouTube guys I'm on Facebook friends with, or whatever, had a deal where they were sharing the yellow fuel additive, whatever you call it, the alcohol, heat. It was like $4 for a 4-pack. I put on there. Well, I just got a 4-pack for $1.25 at my Walmart, but I got four Walmarts too.
Okay, I got I guess 4 pints is a quart, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I got a quart of that for $4.
Okay.
4 bottles of that for $4, and that's 99%. And that's it's good for, like I said, it's good for fuel for cooking if you needed to, but it's also you can use it for medical reasons.
Alcohol stoves. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want the 7% stuff. You want the 99 stuff.
Yeah,
I know that.
91 will be okay to a point, but I wouldn't want to use it to cook with, but because it does smoke quite a bit. But 99 a lot cleaner. And the fact is,
I seen something the other day. They said throw a little salt in it because you can't see alcohol burn. Somebody somewhere mentioned you put a little salt in it, and you'll see the flames. I don't know.
You don't want to use the iodized salt that's normally in the store because
sea salt.
it actually has
sea salt.
Sea salt.
Just regular salt or sea salt. Okay.
But
because the sea salt has magnesium, iodine, and all this stuff in it. The stuff that you get in the store that's iodized is really junk salt, and you don't really want to eat that anyways.
Yeah, but this stuff burns really hot, really clear. Like my denatured alcohol that I use, it burns with a blue flame. So
yeah,
and that new alcohol burner I got, it was like, say this is the top of the burner. The flame was going about 6 to 7 inches above that, and it was bright blue.
I've never really worried about it. I guess all the different burners I've made so many damn penny stoves and whatever different kinds of stuff.
I'm now carrying both my alcohol burners with me because I don't know why, but
I hold my hand over it, and if it's hot, it's hot. If it's not, it's not.
Well, thing is, one thing about those, they will start with a ferro rod, which is nice. So
yep.
Well, I don't know what I'm doing with a lighter, that's for sure.
That's
a lot of the salt you buy from the store is junk salt. You want to buy Himalayan pink salt.
Or you just find those Himalayan lamps that people sell at yard sales. You just shave it off.
What's your name, Wayne? Did I get that right or not? From before, I think
Drop. He's asking for your first name.
What's because I don't think I was ever subscribed to him before, but I think I am.
My name is Dick.
Okay, well, got that wrong.
Everybody loves to call me up and say, "Hello, Dick." Yeah, there isn't a good mood or a bad mood.
Now, is that? I mean, is it really that, or is it Richard?
That's Richard, but I go by Dick, just like my dad did, Dick, and my grandfather went by Dick.
I would call you Rich
generations of Dicks.
before I do that. I'd call you Rich.
I don't like the name Rich.
But with the skills that you are, that does make you rich.
Oh well, I'm not.
Am I wrong?
Poor.
Am I wrong?
I'm not poor.
I wasn't talking about money wise. You know that. Skill wise.
Skill wise, I could probably fray your computer tonight. So just keep it there. I have my little.
I'll tell you it drops because I'm sorry. Calling you Dick just sounds wrong to me.
Well, but everybody likes to call me that, and that's what I've always been called by. My dad was called by that. My grandfather was called that.
Nope.
Go ahead.
But no words.
Okay. Thank you for understanding. Yeah, 'cause now you know Scott his name.
We got to. So our sheriff just passed away a couple of years ago in my county, or a couple of years ago. Good God, a couple months ago, and I was just out with the gun show with a guy from down south here, and he's talking about how this other guy from like dang near Iowa is trying to run for sheriff, and he's just a jerk. He's just like law don't apply to him type guy. And I was like, oh, okay, so let me know who this is, because I figure the chief deputy should be the next one up,
Seniority
in line. Yeah, I mean, not some outsider type thing. I understand, And so who? I mean, I don't know. I don't know nobody. So I said, who's this other, guy? And he told me about him. And I was like, okay, well, who is he? So I know not to vote for him. His name is Richard Headed.
Oh my God.
You know what's actually funny? I actually bought this house from the old mayor of this town.
That's cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, church in it too, by the way.
Oh, by the way, guys, I just looked at the time. I am sorry about this. I'm gonna have to cut this short because it is after 9:30 and I'm tired. Sorry.
So if the mayor gets the new mayor gets up a standard, I'm going to go ahead and say, look, you got certain principal responsibilities in this town and governance, and if you don't do this, then I'm going to go ahead and file on your surety bond, and your website may go down, and do not drop with the drop, because drop knows how to drop your ass to the ground.
Well, the only problem is that you can't. You should be able to run yourself, but you got to be a resident of the county or state for so long before you could run, right?
Well, there's certain things that go on with this stuff, and drop has always been called drop for a reason.
I know, but still.
Yeah, well, you're a bud, so don't worry about it, buddy. You have nothing to worry about. Me.
Right, I understand.
But anybody that screws with me legally ends up getting screwed, just like DJ.
And not in a fun way.
Not in a fun way. Never, ever, ever.
But I got to run it. I got to.
In fact, I take my commands from the boss, which my boss actually takes commands from the boss. So I hear from the boss, and he takes commands from the boss. And we're not going to F around this time.
Right.
No more stolen stuff. DOT is on the loose, and DOT is robbing the hood, and robbing the hood is not going to play around this time.
What's the bulldog have to do with it?
That's robbing the hood. We're talking about the dog right now. Who you think I was talking about?
The dog. It's the dog is what you're talking about.
Do you think 3 letters is going to come kick my door in? Hell no, they're not going to kick my door in. Last time they kicked my door in, like 30 years ago, 2 of them walked out in body bags. No. They ain't going to walk to this place. They ain't going to walk near this place. And they know
Okay.
better. They know better.
Well, thank you, Drops. I really
That's the way
appreciate
to
you.
fix that.
No, I don't give a shit. I don't care about them. They
Hey
won't
guys,
try it.
thank you.
They
I
can't
really
do it.
appreciate you guys for coming up.
You know, I appreciate calling. I don't want to give them trouble. So.
I'm actually kind of glad that my internet didn't crash on me like it had been doing. So at least I know it works.
Yeah.
But I am going to get my full internet back on Fridays. So this is actually pretty cool that it actually survived this much. So thank you all for coming. I really appreciate
They're
it.
South Florida. They were
Yeah,
good.
that's Doug.
I don't lose.
And yeah, so Doug has got some really cool information and stuff too. So everybody has their their niches. He's actually from New York originally, I believe. So he's got that's why he moved to
well, New
no
York,
state, states, not city.
Actually, I know. I'm not going to review him right now. Okay, thank you very much. I already know where he's from, who he is.
Yeah. Well, Cecilia had to drop out because she's lagging because her internet. But I'm gonna.
I don't know nothing. I'm just a guy on YouTube.
Just hold on. Let me end the stream. I'm ending in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and